My name is Jude Calvillo. I'm one of the team leads of the Data Science Working Group at Code for San Francisco. We're a specialized group that serves the brigade's projects and brigade network with data science, to augment their project skills. And also we go from exploration with various agencies and community groups and hopefully get to more concrete prompts and help them solve their problems or help them address some opportunities. Okay, so OpenJustice, what is it? It is a project conceived by then Attorney General Kamala Harris to open up the data of the California justice system such that we can hopefully find some inefficiencies that could be addressed either operationally or socially. And they seem particularly focused on juvenile justice, or at least when we spoke with the chief data scientist there. To that end, we actually met the chief data scientist at the National Day of Civic Hacking, which was at Microsoft's Reactor Center. And there he was looking for help with visualizations. Next thing you know, he was asking us for help with some research. And out of that, we came up with some prompts, a couple of hypotheses tests, and a couple of predictive modeling challenges. So, we're off to the races as fast as data science can go sometimes. To that end, this was originally phrased as a hypothesis test, and for all you stat heads out there, this could be done a little more robustly. There's, outlier detection can be done in, at least 3 different ways. And I just went ahead the person who did this just went ahead and did the most basic of ways, which is, looking for values that were, or observations that were 3 standard deviations above or below the mean for whatever sample we're looking at. So the hypothesis test, or the question was, again, it was phrased differently before. Which counties or agencies arrest African American juveniles at a statistically abnormal rate as compared to other counties or agencies? And we found, and so we actually expanded this to all racial and ethnic groups. What was that? We actually expanded this to all racial and ethnic groups that were in the data set. We found that Marin County was an outlier for the rate at which it arrests blacks and Hispanics for a number of recent years, 2005 to 2011. You can see the Z-scores there on the right. And those are juveniles. Kings County was an outlier for the arrest of whites and Asians over the years, which is kind of unusual, unexpected, right? San Francisco, this was a really, really interesting one because when I first saw this, I was like, oh wow, I gotta take this to the Chronicle, right? But you'll see why that was really stupid. Anyways, so it was the right-tail outlier for the rate at which it arrests the racially or ethnically other for every year on record. So I was like, why would this be happening, in such a cosmopolitan city, And then come to find out that some time ago, somebody had learned that SFPD underreports Latinos and Asians in their arrest data, and officials said that this is because they actually have no alternative to listing an arrestee other than black, white, or other. So they're lumping Latinos and Asians into the other category, and so in actuality, what the SFPD said, proved to be true, at least in our, to our analyses. The other test, another one was, for the same criminal offense, are particular ethnic juvenile groups more likely to be treated with harsher consequences by law enforcement? So we found that there's a pattern here. These are book cited other. These are the ethnic groups. You see differences. And we actually found that, yes, there's a significant difference in book rates between Asians and blacks. And you can either be booked or you can be cited. And blacks are booked at a much higher rate. And there's no difference between blacks and Hispanics in being booked. And there is a significant difference between whites and blacks, with whites being significantly less. We also did some modeling, and there were some conceptual issues which we've since discussed with the DOJ, and now we actually have to get some special clearance to be able to join data sets between what we have and what they have. That's somewhat anonymized, but enough uniquely identifiable enough so that we can join between them and hopefully do some more analyses. This is just a logistic regression readout. Sorry. This is just a logistic regression readout, just to show that we made some progress. And so next steps, we're integrating some of our findings into the data stories that are on the web for the California Department of Justice. And also they're hooking us up with their new research team, because OpenJustice is now law in California, so it's been moved institutionally into the DOJ. And yeah, I'm going to be using some more robust outlier detection methods. Yes, thank you. I gotta admit, I made that in half an hour. Any questions?
Based on the results, has it been translated into Italy, Barton, other steps or actions towards the labeling and use of the process?
Well, that report that was in the Chronicle or in the Gate, that was actually like a year and a half ago. And so, I don't know, I spoke with the Chronicle about something else recently, and this came up, and they said, we should really look into that and to see whether or not they've since updated their systems. That's a great question. Yeah, as far as I know, I don't know actually. I have no clue. Yeah, so still other. Everyone's other.
Does analysis live on GitHub or something like that?
Yes. Go to github.com/SF Brigade, and the repo is CA _OpenJustice. I'm pretty sure.
We'll post the
link. If not, you can search.
We'll post the link in Slack.
Yeah, post it in Slack.
We'll post the link in Slack.
Yes. Absolutely nothing. None of it. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you can apply this to. So this was a between counties test. These were between counties tests across the whole state. Something like 30-something counties. But you can apply these methods, within each state. Between counties tests between each state. Did that answer your question? Okay. Cool. Any other questions?
It's probably kind of obvious, but when you're showing the first part, the first hypothesis question, I'm guessing you are controlling for background rates of different ethnic groups in those counties.
Well, we normalized by the population, so it's the rate at which they're being arrested, for their population size. Are you asking me why I'm not being paid? Is that because I feel like that's what you're asking. I believe, I don't know. I don't know, but it wasn't in the data stories within California OpenJustice, and it was new to the chief data scientist too. Thought it was pretty interesting. But he's also new to the state Department of Justice, so it's possible he just wasn't privy to previous analysis. Be fair.
I was going to say, from a SF Brigade organizational perspective, I know you saw the crime one also that there's kind of the purpose of that department was helping the police department, and it seems like this one is a lot calling the police department out, which I think it could be both could be in public good.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had any thoughts about what what your vision you see for like kind of who is this for?
Well, for the public, I mean, I would assume it's meant mostly for the public because Kamala Harris has opened up the data as opposed to keeping it in, you know. So I assume it's for the public, and I think that when you open data to the public, it's a safe way to get things analyzed and to get things found out without politicizing them, or without appearing biased. So, yeah.
So the way it's kind of tied to location, I was wondering, is there any information in the data set that sort of links the person who was arrested to their residence, location, their residence or something, or places where you might cross county line, like somebody in San Francisco committing a crime in San Mateo County, or somebody in Oakland committing a crime in Marin County?
So that's not in our data. I'm pretty sure it's in their data though, like the actual residence of the person that's been arrested. So I don't think we'll ever get to view that part of the data, but I'm sure that they have the arrest stuff, and we didn't do any analyses crossing to look for any factor of whether they were truly local or non-local.